So what if you had to start over? Today we are doing a knife buying challenge. Let's say all your knives are gone. You have to start over, you have a certain budget, and you're gonna buy 4 knives. I think it's interesting to do this because we've all bought things that we didn't necessarily want once we had them, and starting over, kind of getting rid of the extras that we don't use. Where do you go from there? Now in my challenge, I'm gonna do 4 knives for $500. I do have a few little curveballs here and there. Wait till the very end because I have an alternate reality as well. Our first knife is the Goldilocks Daily. This is the one you're going to carry 80% of the time. It's a nice knife, but it's also a user. And where I wanted to go with this was USA made with MagnaCut. And you guessed it, I'm doing the Paramilitary 2 Salt MagnaCut DLC. It's going to take a big chunk of my budget, but it's totally worth it. $229. While Spydercos are not cheap, I think that this is one of the best deals when it comes to PM2s. The regular G10 S30V version is only $20-30 cheaper. But with this guy, you get these nice, more aggressive scales. You get well heat-treated MagnaCut. Testing showing these around 63 HRC. A DLC blade, so a super durable coating. And it's just going to be your all-day user. Doesn't have the best, action in the world. I keep mine a little bit tight. You can make it more drop shut if you want to. But the blade geometry is great with their leaf-shaped blade. The compression lock is freaking fantastic, and it's just one of those knives that's going to last you forever. I love this thing. I carry this thing a lot. It's a great slicer. It's got great steel, and I really like the stock scales on it as well. The one thing I did change was I put on a Lynch clip instead of the regular stock clip, but we're not counting that for this exercise. Now, some things that I heavily considered. I almost went with the XL Bel Air. It's a great knife, also good heat treat MagnaCut. G10 scales, very, very ergonomic. It's a really good one, and I would have saved some money here. But I really just chose blade shape and the lock. Compression lock versus a crossbar lock with the Omega springs, and I like the blade shape on the PM2 a bit better. But I almost went with the PM2 lightweight with 15V. But this thing's a little less realistic. While the edge retention is freaking awesome with this steel, a little bit less corrosion resistant. And, I just don't know how it would hold up over time, with the FRN scales. It'd probably be fine. I'm just saying I went with the G10 and MagnaCut because I think that steel's a little more well-rounded. And to be honest, this is a sprint run, and I'm not sure I'll even use it because it's probably going to be a collector's item. So, I could have saved some money here. This is around $170 or so. But I went with $229 on the Paramilitary 2 Salt version with DLC. The next category is Classy Carry. This one was tough as well, but I went with the Psyop 299 from Vosteed. Now, this comes in a bunch of different options. You don't have to do the brass bolsters. If I had to do it again, I'd probably go titanium. It's $139 with S35 VN steel. You can also get it with micarta only, and that saves you $10 and takes you down to $129. But there's a bunch of different scale options here, and they even sell other scales if you want to mix and match after you get one of these. It's got their great button top liner lock. It's a really well-made knife. It's, $299, so almost 3 inches. Really nice drop point blade. They claim 60 to 62 on their S35 VN. I'm not 100% certain because there's not a lot of independent testing on this one, but that's what their claim is. If that's true, they're in like the 61 range. That's great for S35 VN. It's going to give me great edge retention. Not going to be as tough as the MagnaCut knife, but for the more upscale, classy carry type of knife, totally great steel, perfect for that. The ergonomics on this one are fantastic. It's a collaboration between Vosteed and Tough Knives, and I love this knife, one of my favorite Vosteeds. But like I said, if you don't want to have to maintain brass, check out the titanium versions or the all micarta versions. Great action on this. It's got a really nice detent. There's a little bit of lock stick when I first got it, but it's working itself out. I've been carrying this one a lot more lately. Even love the wire clip. I think it fits this knife well. Now on this one, I considered a few other options. I considered cheaping out a little bit with this category, going with the Kizer Begleiter 2.9. This one's around 60, 70 bucks. BD1N steel, which is okay, but again, for this application, more of a gentleman's carry. Not bad. The edge retention's fine. Not super durable, but again, you're not using this for a hard use knife. And I really like the ergonomics on this thing and the size. It's got their top liner lock. The lock bar tension could be a little bit better on this. It wouldn't be a hard use knife for me, so not super worried about it. I also considered a slip joint here. This slip joint is freaking awesome. This is, if I can get it out of the slip, this is the American Blade Works slip joint. These are around 160 bucks though, so it would have taken a lot of my budget. Magna cut steel, heat treated at like 63. The hollow grind on this thing is ridiculous. It gets super thin, and this thing is a slicing machine. Titanium scales, and the walk and talk on this is freaking insane as well. I love this. My favorite slip joint. I'm not a diehard slip joint collector, but I probably have 5 or 6, and this is by far my favorite. But if you did this, you really would want to get a slip with it, which would cost even more, and we're kind of getting out of our budget and just not as realistic with this budget. All right, next is fixed blade. I wanted one fixed blade out of these 4, and I went with the Kizer Whiskey Jack. But I'm not going with the 10V version here. I'm probably going to beat this knife a bit since it'll be my only fixed blade. So I'm going with the AEBL version, which gets a super, super sharp edge. ABL is very, very tough, very easy to sharpen. It doesn't have great edge retention, but it's just so easy to bring the edge back. So you'd use this a lot, you'd strop it up, and you'd be totally fine. And I'm going with that version. It's like 56 bucks. Like I've said before, AEBL is used on really expensive fixed blades. The fixed blade community loves that steel, so don't frown on it. It's not just a budget steel. It's used in a lot of fixed blade applications. Holds a crazy edge, great for sharpening, very corrosion resistant and tough. So finally, we're in the budget beater category. This one was the hardest, and this is where I'm throwing a curveball. I have my main one that's going to give me my 4 knives, and I have an alternate reality scenario where I have 2 knives instead of 1. And please, guys, please give me your picks down in the comments of what you would choose. You can even give yourself a different budget. Just give me your top 4. You can make different categories and what matters in your life. Obviously, everyone's different. I don't need like the hardest use knife like some of you might when it comes to fixed blades or budget knives. So that's why I like to learn other people's preferences. But I'm going with the Trivisa Gecko. This thing is more than enough as far as hard use for me. I could take this thing camping. It's a good beater. You got my Carta scales. 14C 28M blade, about 3.4 inches. It's a liner lock. It has really good lockup. You got multiple ways to deploy it. You got the front flipper here. Great action on this. Super ergonomic. Reversible pocket clip on it as well with a wire clip. I really like wire clips. And I really dig this blade. Kind of an aggressive drop point. Definitely big enough for me for uses that I have. I could use this camping. While I'm calling it a beater knife, it's more than that. It's in the $60-some range, and I'm going with 14C 28M because I'm not going to be as worried about getting it wet or things of that nature, and it's a very tough steel. They also claim 60 to 62 HRC on their 14C 28N, but again, would like to see more independent tests on these. It's a great knife. I love the look of it. It comes in a lot of different cool color options if you want more than black, which I probably would do that if I bought it again. Great D10 on it. And again, it just bats way above its price range. I could carry this thing every day and be happy, honestly. Now, here's where I had a hard time. Let's say I'm not as worried about, something getting wet. Maybe I'm not as worried about toughness. I think then I'm going for the Miguron Karok. 63 HRC D2 blade steel. I recently reviewed it. Check this out. Also, some of this other stuff's been in other videos. This has been in my best EDC knives in different price ranges. So is the Vosteed and the Spyderco. The Whiskey Jack was in my fixed blade video I put out last weekend. So I do have more info on all these if you want to check it out. But this knife is freaking fantastic, and you're looking at like 37 bucks. Great action on this. Super duper slicey blade. Very unique blade shape, but it works great for EDC if you don't want something that's super aggressive. You don't care about, stuff like that. Action on it's awesome. It's got the button liner lock. It's just a fantastic knife. For the money, one of the best out there. Now, let's say I went with this instead of the Trivisa here, and let's say I went micarta only on the Psyop 299. Then I can bring in one more knife. And I know I'm cheating here, but I couldn't help it. If I could go for a fifth knife, get a mini knife like this guy. And this is the Real Steel Esca. I love this thing. I love that blade shape, pretty tall for a little knife, crossbar lock, 12C steel. And why I like a knife like this is stuff for the summer. So for example, my kid does a lot of baseball tournaments. I wear shorts a lot. Sometimes I don't like to wear a knife that's clipped onto my shorts because the shorts are lightweight or something. I've taken off the clip on this one and I would just carry it in my pocket. 3-finger knife, but super duper ergonomic. It feels really good in the hand. You got some jimping back here and just such a slicey blade. I mean, this thing is just awesome. I love it. But you're looking at $40 here. It's like $39.99. So that's where I would have to go with the Miguron, and I could get two as opposed to the Trivisa. So that's where I ran into issues. Do I want the 14C more hard use knife, camping type of knife, or do I want to go with the Miguron, which is a great EDC knife, great blade shape for that, and then have a little mini knife? The Trivisa barely edged it out, but it was close. I mean, really, I'm like 49.51 with this decision. So that's where I'm at, guys. These are my 4 knives, $500. I think I did the math. I'm in like the $490 range here, but please, please let me know what you would choose down in the comments. You can feel free to critique my picks, but also I'd love to know your picks and give yourself a budget. If you just want to do 4 knives within 200, totally cool. If you want to make your budget bigger and do, $750 or $1,000, totally cool. Or you can stick with my categories and just do different knives. So you got the Goldilocks, everyday user, badass, forever knife, basically. You got the classy carry knife, more of a gentleman's knife. You got a fixed blade right here. Obviously, I think some people would go with a bigger one, but this totally fits my needs. And then you got the budget banger or budget beater, however you want to frame that. So thank you so much for tuning in. Check out some of my other videos. I got an 18 best fixed blades video. I got a best EDC knives in every price point video. That about wraps it up. Until next time, thanks for watching.